Hello again and welcome to my channel about how to live a less impactful life on this earth. So today I wanted to talk about how to live a little bit more plastic free and how to open your awareness to actually how much plastic we use in our lives every single day without even blinking an eye. There's been so many instances where I've hung out with my friends and refused something due to my built up kind of habituality of not using any plastic, and it's something that they don't even realize is plastic because they just kind of use it on an everyday basis. So this is kind of like the 101 really easy kind of way to start following around. I have a chicken scratching at my leg. The best way to open up your awareness to see how much plastic you're actually using is to start keeping your plastic things. Just as an experiment, keep everything you use that you would normally throw in a bin and just keep it in a bag, or just don't put your bin out for a week and just have a look through to see what the things are that's the most common plasticky things for you, especially when you're on the run. What we don't realise is the link between our daily activities and the impact it has on the earth. We're often shown a lot of images of seabirds with their stomachs cut open and all this plastic contents in their stomachs, and we're seeing all these huge islands of plastic that are floating around in the ocean and everything. But I don't think you think of that image when you order your Gloria Jeans frappe latte with a cup and a lid and a straw and something else. Our first step is to create that link. So stop the problem before it happens. Not make sure you put your stuff in a bin, but make sure you don't use it to begin with. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Don't even reuse or recycle. If you reduce, you don't have to. So basically I haven't had to recycle for about a year because I reduce everything of mine and I reuse other people's stuff. Some things that you should never ever even come into contact with because they're totally unnecessary. One is cling wrap. If you're putting leftovers in the fridge, just put them in a sealed container or a Tupperware container or a glass container, or even a plate on top of your bowl. Cling wrap was designed to keep people's organs in the war and is not meant for our food. Don't put plastic on your food. Don't microwave plastic with your food. Just don't use cling wrap. You can buy this kind of waxed paper which works as cling wrap, and you can wrap that around all your things. The next thing is straws. Totally unnecessary. Straws spend another 200 years on the earth after they leave your lips and are completely unnecessary. Just order, if you're ordering a drink out, you just say, hey, can I have a water, no straw, or hey, can I have a smoothie, make sure there's no straw in it. A lot of the time they still put a straw because it's a habit, but as long as you're aware and you bring an awareness to it, it starts to change the mind of other people. I have a metal straw, and I have travelled Southeast Asia with this straw and plugged it into a Meniga coconut. So metal straws are really funky and cool, and if you still like drinking smoothies out of straws, cafes are super impressed when you're like, hi, I'll have this smoothie. Can you please make sure you use this straw? Sushi fish are the devil. Do not get your soy sauce in the little soy sauce fish things. Just use the bottle or don't have soy sauce. These things hang around for hundreds and hundreds of years. I feel like they're the sperm of the devil. Styrofoam, anything in styrofoam, completely refuse. Styrofoam does not biodegrade. Another thing that never leaves this earth is tinfoil. Plastic bags is an obvious one. There's never a time where you're desperately in need of a plastic bag. Even used plastic bags that you've got in your house, if you already have them, scrunch them up really small and keep them in your handbag, and that way you're never limited if you have to pick up a couple of things out. So some changes to start making in your life, and these might take a while to get into the habit of, but it's just a really great way to start becoming more environmentally aware and reduce your plastic. Ziploc bags, if you're taking lunch places, don't use a Ziploc bag, or if you've got some already, they're actually reusable. You can take it out and wash it like any other thing, and you can reuse it. This is the same for takeaway. Make sure that if you know you're going to get takeaway, or you often do, keep a Tupperware container with you at work or in your bag. This is a little Tupperware container that someone gave me that I've actually travelled around the world with, and it's so easy, and I didn't use one single piece of plastic in like several months of travel. And bringing your own cutlery. If everyone in the world had this in their bag, we would never ever need disposable cutlery. takes up no space. Even your own metal cutlery is fine. So I had this already from my childhood, and it looks like childhood cutlery. Coffee is a culture, and it's a kind of social thing. It shouldn't be just like on the run with your takeaway coffee. If you do have takeaway coffees, bring a keep cup. There's keep cups everywhere, from expensive to cheap as chips, or you can actually bring your own mug. I've often gone and just given them a mug. You can enjoy coffee on the run anytime, and if you do have to have takeaway coffee and you haven't got a keep cup with you, just ask for no lid. That way you're just using paper and you're not using the plastic lid that goes on top of it, which stays on the earth for about 500 years. Next is bottled water. Bottled water is the weirdest concept. I personally am not a fan of tap water because of other chemicals that are in it, which is why I have a drink bottle that filters out most stuff. This one actually you can take traveling. I just sent my friend off to India with this, and you can drink the tap water in India, and even if you're using a non-fancy drink bottle and just bring a normal one with you, you don't need to ever buy plastic water. Gum takes 5 years to degrade. Try and convert your lighters to matches, because at least matches only take 6 months to degrade, whereas a lighter I think takes 200 years. Glass bottles is something I only recently found out was actually really bad. I don't buy any new glass, but I do reuse other people's glass, or reuse glass that I've had for a long time. And as much as glass is made from an organic substance, which is sand, and it can be recycled successfully, there's obviously a lot of glass that doesn't get recycled, especially at parties when people smash bottles. A lot of it goes into the waste bin. Glass actually takes 1 million years to degrade. 1 to 2 million actually. So make sure if you're throwing out glass, it has to be recycled. Otherwise, that stuff is going to sit on this earth for 1 million years. Another item of plastic that's in our lives every day, and we don't really think about it, is the plastic in synthetic clothing. Spandex, rayon, polyester, PLA, nylon, elastane, acrylic, and acetate. When a synthetic fibre is washed, a lot of microplastic particles leave the garment and actually go into the ocean through our washing machines, because our washing machines don't have a filter to collect them. So hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kilograms of microplastic particles end up in our waterways that way. And microplastic is one of the most significant polluters in the ocean today. A lot of natural fibres you can switch to includes cotton, linen, hemp, and bamboo. There are also non-vegan natural fibres such as wool and silk, but obviously if you're vegan you wouldn't choose them. The best way to do it is to just reuse other people's things, or buy secondhand, or reinvent your own clothing. So these are just a few really simple tips and tricks to get you off the plastic train of being an unconscious consumer and becoming a conscious consumer, and hopefully soon you will all be conscious non-consumers. So enjoy collecting your rubbish for the week, and I'm excited to hear anyone's findings.